Hello again. So I'm a little bit further into my Dead by Daylight journey now, and I think it's safe to say that I'm hooked on this game. I think it's time for me to find my killer main. After all, I feel like that's kind of an important part of your Dead by Daylight journey. But, where do you start with 797 killers on the roster, Well, I took some time to think about it, and why not start the hardest way possible and go all the way back to the beginning to the only killer the tutorial actually prepared me for. That's right, I'm starting with the Trapper. How bad could that be, right? Maybe nobody saw that. Oh, back in the day, all anyone had was the Trapper, and they used to have to hook survivors uphill both ways, in the snow, and they turned out alright, so seems like as good a place as any. So what about modern Trapper? Why would somebody decide to main Trapper today? Well, here's what Killer Streak 1994 said.
Why Trapper, though? Just genuine question.
Okay, well, the first reason is his real name is Evan, and that happens to be my real name.
Guys, this is gonna be hard, huh? I decided to try out 3 different playstyles in order to give the Trapper kind of a fair chance. So the first playstyle is sort of the classic Trapper. So you set up your network of traps somewhere in the map on loops and important places that, survivors would pass through, and then you chase them into it and you scoop them all up. Well, that's what I thought at least. In practice, I found this to be extremely difficult at my level of play. I felt like I had just begun setting up traps and already the gens were flying, and it felt really kind of hopeless at that point. The other hard part is, I don't know when I should stop trapping and start chasing. Like, as soon as I saw somebody, I started chasing them. I had to get up to basically bloodlust 11 to catch them, and then, everything was real bad at that point. So I feel like that playstyle is just not one that's well suited for where I am in the game right now. It's too stressful, it's not fun, I'm missing a lot of kind of foundational knowledge to make it work, and just didn't have a great time with it. So that one's a no for me. So the next style is the RNG Trapper, as I call him. Because I was having a hard time with trap placement, I decided to make the entity do that for me. I mean, they're the ones that got me into this mess, they should help. So I ran the Eerie add-on that sets traps for you every 30 seconds.
This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever.
That means that you can just kind of worry about finding the survivors and catching them, and the traps are going to be in places that nobody would ever expect you to put a trap because you didn't put a trap there, right? This playstyle is actually pretty fun, and I wasn't stressed out about putting out traps. I just got to reap the benefit of the traps, and when you hear that notification go off and you're in range, like, that's pretty good, especially if you're like me and you have trouble ending your chases. You can't miss them when they're in the trap. This playstyle worked for me. The downside is you don't get very many of these add-ons. So I leveled the Trapper up to P3, and I think I got 5 of these. So I kind of have to play this way sparingly unless I want to invest all my blood points in the Trapper, which I don't think I'm quite ready to do yet. The third playstyle I tried was the Home Alone Trapper. So in this playstyle, you find a shack with a basement in it, and you just put traps everywhere. You trap the heck out of that thing. Then you just gotta find a victim and wait for the fun to unfold. Sorry friend, but you're coming with me. As a newer killer, I felt like I could handle this one. This one made sense to me. I was able to do it. Thank you, Misty Shade, for helping me find some good places to put the traps. I was able to get a 4K the very first time I played, and sadly, 3 of the survivors were on the hook, and the 4th player just like, nah, no thank you. They did not want to participate in my murder basement, which, fair. So this is a playstyle that I actually would play again. It was more fun than I ever expected to be. I will say it's much more fun to be on the killer side of this playstyle than on the survivor side, but I had a great time out there. I can't say that the Trapper's the killer for me, but I do see why he's so important now. On the surface, he seems quite simple, but getting the whole trap network to pay off is really quite tricky. I feel like playing as Trapper is sort of like a rite of passage in this game, and I'm glad I finally gave it a try. I think I will continue to play Trapper now and again, especially when I get those eerie add-ons. And I think that it would be really interesting to revisit the Trapper once I get a little bit better as Killer. Maybe that'll be a completely different experience. So, yeah, I'll let you know. Anyway, if you play Trapper, how do you play him? And what killer should I try next? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.